Good morning, friend. Welcome you to my YouTube channel, Dr.P.C.Jha. As a matter of fact, nearly every day I would like to just talk to you something about something, somewhere, something about some nature of human. As a matter of fact, we simply think it over that human being is thought to be the rational animal on the surface of the earth as a whole. Maybe because of that reason, human being is not thought to be animal. Animal also has got this type of thing, but they have got their own expression, they have got their own language. Maybe because of that reason, somebody is actually very close. Certainly, they understand the language of even birds and even you can say to that animals like that. But who bothers for that? Not general person. The person who is dedicated in the area. The person who simply thinks something is to be known. And there is a saying, theory of coexistence. Whichsoever things are there, maybe vegetation is there, maybe animal is there, maybe human beings are there. Nature has made them to coexist together. Otherwise, there will be decimation of entire thing you can say, or maybe a kind of annihilation you can say. Now the question here is that this is 21st century. People knew what is what. People actually just try to make a sort of cementation you can see here, particularly in between the situation. But something is there. They quarrel very often. Not to speak quarrel. They become aggressive. They simply just want to just make the person to be killed like that. Very recently, I came to know it over, particularly in the part of the television. One of the girl living in a relationship, or maybe because of certain complication, maybe because of certain misunderstanding. The girl was actually killed, and after that put in the suitcase, and this is how I can say it about that. It was actually thrown in the market, or maybe in just in some of the very places that we thought to be just jungle, another thing you can see about it. Now the thing is there. What makes a person do this? What you think? Is it fear psychosis? Is it aggressiveness? Is it ego? Or is it the thing that is madness? Is it the thing that is craziness? Now, can you tell me one valid reason with the help of which person actually quarrel with each other? Just this morning, I just was grooming particularly the circular area in the park. Many times I did the thing. After it was finished, nearly just on the brim, one gentleman was actually doing some sort of exercise and other thing. I simply just catch hold of him and ask it over that what is his name, what does he do? He simply tells flatly, don't disturb me, I'm doing yoga. I'm doing exercise. Now the question here is that do you think that we are only supposed to be just hard person to make the park to be neat and clean? Is it not their duty to just look it after, not to speak of that, this will actually just make the room there. This is actually just record in the scenes. This country is not the country of a single person. This country is the country of nearly 140 crore people like that. If almost all the person actually come together, join together hand to hand, certainly almost all the problem will go. Now the things is there. A kind of, I think, mentality is developing. This is the wrong mentality. This is wrong mentality in the sense, why should I do the sanitation? Why should I do this much thing? If you cannot do the sanitation, what for you actually coming to the park and just make the movement like that? Do you think it or that somebody is your servant, or maybe government servant is there? This doesn't mean that all the times you just make it to be dirty like that. And I think if you are this type of person, certainly you are good for nothing. Good for nothing in the sense, you are simply kind of burden to the nation. Maybe a person just belonging to just white collar Jew. Maybe a person belonging to this boss you can say here, or maybe a person who is thought to be somewhat boss. This country is the country of almost all the persons. So my dear friend, public place doesn't mean that you should utilize in a rough way. Public place doesn't mean that you should drink there, or you can say wine and just gamble. Public place doesn't mean that you bring your dog and after that you make it to be defecated. Public place doesn't mean that you bring dirt from your home and you throw it here. It's not here. If the park is like that, they search. Your mentality is not good. You are dirty in the mind. Beauty is away, far and far away, you can say. Now the question here is that you want to make the India top one, but how? If you are mentally weak, if you are mentally traitor, if you just make the plan to be uprooted, you do not actually do any sort of thing. You do not want to spend even a 25 rupee note, or maybe 25 rupee coin like that, or you can say it, or maybe 25 this and that. Then the question here is that who will do this thing? Certainly the person who belongs to the nation, the person who breathes the air of the nation, the person who takes the water of the nation, the person who is born there over here. So I do think it about that type of person must do the thing, and if they do not do the thing, certainly they are nothing, a kind of burden to the nation. They cannot be called patriot, is not here. Patriot, the person who sacrificed himself. You take the example of, this army or the armed forces actually passing the night, day, particularly on the border, with a view to protect the country. What about the person who are actually coming, moving here and there, all the time quarreling in the name of caste, in the name of language, in the name of region, in the name of religion? Should it be so? You are getting only one religion, that is humanism. If you think like that, certainly there will not be any problem. But you are not human, you are thought to be demon. Demon in the sense, you simply want to make other person to be utilized. And if you don't think so, certainly I do think it was that our country will be just nice one. But in most of the cases, so far as I'm concerned, I simply find this type of thing, human body is actually human, utilizing human body for the sake of benefit, for the sake of exploitation, for the sake of just mockery, for the sake of sarcasm, and you can say that for the sake of terrorism like that. But one question comes: would you like to just live in here, particularly for a long time? No, not like that. The person who comes on the surface of the earth, that person is likely to be dead. Certainly one day he will die. He will quit. If God is there, if you can say the judgment of God is there, certainly we will have to reply there, if not here. Now the thing is there, my muhim, my campaign there over here is that, or my just movement here, there over here is that. Make this Uttam Nagar to be just neat and clean. Not to speak of Uttam Nagar, entire India likes that. So I do think in most of the cases I find if there is something dark, there is something you can say about that actually negative, it is because of our leadership. Leadership makes the entire system, into society to be divided like that. They should not be united. If they be united, certainly country will be better, one can see it. For the sake of chair, you, my dear lady, don't do this type of thing. It's not so. This will just mitigate you, anyone, mitigate in India, even mitigate world. It's not so. For the sake of the beautiful earth, for the sake of, you can say, vegetation, for the sake of life, I request you all to be just somewhat submissive, to be somewhat cooperative, to be somewhat social, to be somewhat sociable. This is how you can just make the chuckle to be just moving. Otherwise, certainly the problem will be there that I didn't say. You see the war, particularly amid this Ukraine and Russia. Earlier, Israel was there, but this is a kind of fluttering like that. But a kind of war is everywhere there in the thing. Maybe because of that reason, wherever or whenever you simply just open the TV, you find somebody is beating somebody, somebody is killing somebody, somebody is attacking somebody, somebody is going to the court, even police is not a spare, even police are doing the same thing. What is it here? No question, they have got different type of just attire, but despite all the thing, they are one particularly in the same, that is human being. You take the bottle of wine, bottle is the same. Inside something is actually changing, it's not here. But basically, basic thing is the same. तो मेरे मित्र, जिंदा रहना है तो जियो और जीने दो. और आज का जो फार्मूला है मारो और जियो, इसको बंद करो, है ना. और मैंने पहले भी कहा कि हमारा एक सपना है, वो सपना मैं फिर से रिपीट कर देता हूँ. हर हाथ को काम हो, चेहरे पे मुस्कान हो, पॉकेट में दाम हो, खरीद कर खाने का स्वाभिमान हो, संविधान का ज्ञान हो, हंसता खेलता मुस्कुराता फूलता हिंदुस्तान. This much. Thank you very much.